back in business. What's going on, Apollo Nation? Your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been a hot minute. Yeah, haven't seen you guys since, what, WrestleMania? But, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting back into it because we've got a pay-per-view tomorrow night, as a matter of fact. They finally decided to mess with Mother's Day. Disrespectful. Usually it's Father's Day they mess with, but for some reason, just because of how the world has been behaving, they think all of a sudden it's okay to mess with Mother's Day? Dirty play. But could be a dirty show, or it could be a really funny show, depending on how things are going. Money in the Bank 2020. That's right. It didn't get canceled. WWE is not shut down. Wrestling is still going on, as big as ever, debatably. But I still seem to be enjoying it just as much. Keeps the soul alive, keeps the interest up. We're getting a pay-per-view. How is it going to be? How weird is it going to be? Because we all know it should be retitled Money on the Roof. But hasn't been. I've enjoyed calling it that. Gonna dive into it. Obviously, I've been busy. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. Life has been going on. People have been looking for stuff to do. I've been finding my own means to entertain lately, as you can see. It is beautiful, it is lovely, and more importantly, it's mine. But enough about this. We're here to do predictions. Let's try to do those. Now, the plus about waiting, because as you guys know, now that Smackdown is on Friday, I like to try to wait to give my predictions as late as possible. It is Saturday. I tried to give it an extra day, and it seems to have paid off. Because we've got some kickoff matches. Yes, the total, I believe, is now 7 or 8. Let me check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 matches on the card. Let's dive into these kickoff matches. Okay, first one seems like a no-brainer, but you never know. Jeff Hardy is back. He is getting a kickoff match, but not with Sheamus. It will be the other member of the bar, Cesaro. Cesaro, Jeff Hardy should be a fun little affair. They've had some lovely matches back with the bar and the Hardy Boys feud. Really enjoyed them. Looking forward to these two having a fun little match while it goes. I have to pick Jeff Hardy, don't I? After weeks of promo packages and really annoying Sheamus, Jeff Hardy came back and absolutely surprised and whooped Sheamus on SmackDown. So, well, out of match, of course. It was just a little beatdown, hit your moves, run away before Sheamus gets up and possibly eats you. So, taking on Cesaro, I really don't expect interference from Sheamus because they've done their best to separate Sheamus and Cesaro as much as possible, while both of them, of course, still being on SmackDown. I see this being a good return win for Jeff Hardy, and him and Sheamus can pick up on SmackDown. As much as I'd love to see Cesaro get the cheap win with interference, I don't see that direction coming back. It seems like Cesaro and Nakamura have been put on the assistant list, if you know what I mean. They helped out Sami Zayn during his crusade. No, you're supposed to stay on my shoulder. And now it seems like they're King Corbin's lackeys. So I don't see a reunion happening anytime soon, especially because we know there's not going to be a Hardy Boys reunion. So that means no Matt Hardy. So bringing the bar back together seems unlikely. I'm going to pick Jeff Hardy. Hopefully it's a fun little match. Shame to see Cesaro lose again, but to be fair, one at WrestleMania, one on SmackDown in the tag match. Think about it. That was a win for Cesaro. Good day. Good day. Next up, a rather interesting affair. R-Truth versus MVP on the Money in the Bank kickoff. This is interesting. It's really a last-minute thrown-together match. And as silly as this prediction might sound, I am picking MVP. They have not given him a win since he came back to WWE. R-Truth is out of the 24/7 picture right now simply because it's Gronk, and I don't see anything happening with that title until Gronk goes back on the football field. So I think MVP should get a win here. He seems to be more in a manager role for Raw, so how about we back him up with at least a win on a pay-per-view kickoff, no less. R-Truth can take this. R-Truth doesn't need this. I'm picking MVP. Let's see what happens. Let's move on to the main card, shall we? See if we can have some fun. First up, we got the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Bayley taking on Tamina. Wow, I was shocked that this actually went along. After WrestleMania, I really wasn't sure what was left for Bayley to accomplish with the roster given, but Tamina stepped up to the plate and seemed legit. She beat Sasha Banks to become the number one contender. She's pinned Bayley already on SmackDown in that tag match, where, to be fair, the sequences were kind of decent to watch. So now that she's actually getting a championship match, some people really seem to think that, hey, Tamina's going to get her due here. I can't be that confident. I can't be that confident. I believe Bayley will retain the title. I don't know how much interference we're going to get simply because Lacey is supposed to be in the Money on the Roof match, and Lacey is in Tamina's corner lately. Sasha is not in the Money on the Roof match. Lacey beat her to qualify, of course, and Sasha should be in Bayley's corner. The thing is, oh, wait just a second. Are we going to be doing more shenanigans to break up Sasha and Bayley? Maybe a little bit, but I don't think enough so Tamina will win. But you never know. This could be the crowning achievement. But Bayley's held it for a bit. I don't think Tamina's going to be the one to do it. I simply think the Tamina-Bayley feud has happened because we needed to do something new and different. This has actually been different because it's Tamina. There you go. No criticism. It's Tamina. This is different. She doesn't usually get this single spotlight anymore. Moving on. Let's do the tag titles. SmackDown Tag Team Championships will be on the line. It is the New Day, the new Tag Team Champions, after Big E won a triple threat match pinning The Miz, while the SmackDown Hacker, aka CM Punk, because that's what I'm enjoying right now out of my own mind, is seeming to break up a team at some point. Again, I think it is going to be Miz and Morrison. And speaking of Miz and Morrison, they will be in this match. It will be New Day taking on Miz and Morrison, taking on the Lucha House Party because for some reason Curtis Axel got fired and the B team just couldn't be thrown into this. Real shame about that. I'm sorry, Axe Man. Hope you come back because you're great, honestly. You're great. And the Forgotten Sons. One of the most unexpected thrills I've enjoyed lately. I'll admit, I'm a fan. I liked what they did in NXT. I was worried that their gimmick all of a sudden just got changed into a Patriot gimmick. But they came to SmackDown. They're still heels, and they've beaten the New Day twice at this point. So, hey, we'll see what happens. Maybe the Forgotten Sons get a chance. My pick is the New Day, though. I feel like this is too soon for anything. It seems like we are moving more into a New Day Forgotten Sons feud and the return of Dr. Woods. Austin Creed, Xavier Woods coming back home. I'm really looking forward to that because the plus about the Forgotten Sons, 3 people. New Day, 3 people when we get Woods back. And it looks pretty good so far. I think Woods has been doing really well. I am a big follower of his for Up, Up, Down, Down, even though it goes against my channel's name beliefs. And he's fine, he's fun, and looking forward to good things. So we'll see what happens. My pick is the New Day to retain. I expect more split tensions between Miz and Morrison. In fact, I've discussed this with a friend. We believe Miz will be the one taking the pin in that match. It won't just be a Lucha House Buddy. No, that's too easy. I think it's going to be The Miz. We'll see what we get. And then the Forgotten Sons and New Day can feud for a bit longer, and who knows? The Sons might get him. We'll see what happens. Never say never if you are a WWE fan, because stuff happens. Let's go. Next up, Universal Championship match, and this one is a doozy. That's right. It's a tricky one. Tricky one, because Braun Strowman overcame Goldberg at WrestleMania. He's the champion, but his first feud is Bray Wyatt, who, after eliminating John Cena seemingly from the existence of WWE, is Bray Wyatt really going to lose? Or is he? Because here's the problem, and here is what still influences my pick. It has been shown multiple times that it will be Braun Strowman defending not against The Fiend, but Bray Wyatt, the Firefly Funhouse version of Bray Wyatt. I don't see this character defeating Braun Strowman. It's very unlikely. However, if he gets away with changing into The Fiend mid-match, then yes, I do see The Fiend, aka Bray Wyatt, winning the championship. That is the only fluke that can get me to pick Bray. So there you go. I like doing split picks once in a while. I did it for the Brock Lesnar Ricochet match, believe it or not, and it didn't really hurt me. I don't find it much of a gamble. There it is. If it stays up and up, I will pick Braun Strowman to easily retain, in my opinion. If Bray plays some shenanigans when it comes to changing into the Fiend, I will pick Bray Wyatt to become the new Universal Champion. It's a match that on paper has a lot of potential, but the way I see it doesn't sound too exciting. We'll see how this goes. I don't think the feud will be over. I expect Braun to beat Firefly Funhouse Bray, and then the Fiend will reappear after the match. Regardless if it's the same night or thereon, and we get the feud continuing, and Braun versus the Fiend. I don't know how, but we're going to see what we get. Let's move on to the WWE Championship picture. Drew McIntyre did a good thing at WrestleMania. He beat Brock, he won the title, and the whole world pretty much got happy. At least in my neighborhood. Shout out to Drew. He is a fun champion. He's a fun man and really knows how to work. He's taken on another hell of a worker. Seth Rollins, the man, the architect, the messiah, is getting a WWE Championship match, which is what I thought was going to happen anyway. It still baffles me why Rollins lost at WrestleMania, which is even worse now because Kevin Owens is injured. Sucks. He might have been the one in this spot right now, but he's hurt. Same goes for Jim Uso. I was wondering why the hell the Usos are not in this championship picture right now, but injuries, man. Injuries. The problem with risking the body. Always a chance of injuries. Hope Kevin and Jim come back soon, man. Same goes for everybody else right now. But we are getting a WWE Championship match. We are getting Drew versus Seth. We are getting what we wanted anyway. And what's going to happen? Hopefully one heck of a good match. And I will pick Drew McIntyre to retain the championship. As much as I see Murphy getting into this match and trying to help Seth out, I don't quite see it paying off. This is the opposite to my Bayley-Tamina prediction. I see Sasha Banks' interference working. Murphy's not quite. But keep an open mind. Seth Rollins was WWE Champion last at Money in the Bank. Not Universal Champion, WWE Champion. Think about it. You never know. Rollins could pull it through, and definitely enjoying his Messiah character right now. Really, really, really loving it. The good thing about Seth Rollins is if he has to change, it's still usually for the better. And this character has fully proven that. We'll see what we get. But now it's time to talk about the main aspect of this video. I'm going to have to move this because it's time to get completely unserious. Money on the Roof. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. It's one of the strangest things I've ever heard of. And it kept getting stranger because of how it was going to take place. And the fact that both the men's and the women's will be taking place at the same time. My Lord, have you given me enough to overwhelm? I can't believe they're doing it like this, let alone that there's even more rumors in place that this match will start the show and continue the entire show, and they will keep cutting away for it for the other matches. I don't think I can take that. I can take it in one shot if it's both the men and the women's going at it. I cannot stop for a pit break. But I might have to. We might have to. We gotta pull through this, and we gotta give them faith because the Firefly Funhouse match and the Boneyard match exceeded all expectation at WrestleMania. They got a real golden chance to do it here. But WWE likes to blow it when it's hot. Let's hope they don't blow it here. Money on the Roof, we start at the ground floor at WWE headquarters, all the way up to the roof. There's a ring, there's ladders, there's a briefcase hanging above for the men and the women. Who's going to get it? Let's run it down. Women's first. Ladies, step up to the plate. The Raw side is stacked. We've got Asuka. We've got the return Nia Jax. We've got Shayna Baszler, the woman who should have won at WrestleMania. Just throwing it out there. SmackDown side, we got Dana Brooke. We got Carmella. And we got Lacey Evans. I'm not trying to take a shot, but when you compare Raw with SmackDown, we've got a big problem. The star power is coming out to play, but I like to split my predictions for these kind of matches. Same goes for the Royal Rumble, Battle Royals, etc. I like picks related to brands because we're going to have a Raw pick and a SmackDown pick. Let's do the SmackDown pick first. Interestingly enough, my SmackDown pick for this match is Dana Brooke. Carmella has already won one of these matches. I don't see her winning this. Lacey Evans lost at WrestleMania and dropped the ball again. I don't see her winning this, although hers would kind of be interesting and a bit of a redemption story. But Dana Brooke is the SmackDown pick for me, simply because it's Dana Brooke and I want to see her succeed because she's just always hung in there. Get in there, Dana. Simple answer. Simple character. Raw side. Oh, gosh. I think I could pick any three and feel confident enough. Asuka's been working the character like crazy and seemingly has split from Kairi Sane. Nia Jax is back in a fairly big way. And Shayna Baszler is the one who should be getting another shot at Becky regardless. But who's my pick? This is the hard part. Who is the one that's going to get it all? At first, I was strongly considering Nia Jax, simply because she just came back, but they're teasing. They're teasing that someone's taken the big fall. And I feel like for the women, it might be Nia Jax. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but I'm going to not have to root for Nia on this one, as much as it hurts, because that was my feel. I'm going to have to go with the safe pick. I'm going to have to go with Shayna Baszler. I feel like it's destined for her to get another shot regardless. If they really want to waste the women's briefcase, I guess they might as well. Because I don't think Shayna's going to be one to just catch it unexpectedly. I feel like she would set a date and they do it. This could be Shayna winning and then her and Becky set for SummerSlam. I don't know. But who knows? Maybe it'll be Asuka. Maybe it will be Nia. Who knows? It could be Lacey. It could be Carmella. But there's my picks. Shayna, Dana Brooke. Moving on to the men's. Oh, the men's. This is going to be interesting. We got the SmackDown side of King Corbin, Daniel Bryan, and Otis. Otis is actually in this match, and I am in love. So let's just leave it at that. I can't believe he's going to be in this. Raw side, Aleister Black, Rey Mysterio. That was a surprise. And originally Apollo Crews, and I was rooting for him. And then he got injured. He injured his leg. He got taken out of the match. They had a gauntlet this week to decide who. AJ Styles, the undead, has returned from the Boneyard match. He cashed in his ticket. He's in this match. AJ's back, but I have plans for AJ. Oh, I have plans for AJ. I think AJ needs a new gimmick, and that gimmick is getting killed at pay-per-views and always coming back. I think if we are going to be doing a crazy roof spot, it should be AJ who falls off the roof. Just throwing it out there. He's not my Raw pick. My Raw pick is Aleister Black. He's the man who should win this match. He is the man who deserves the push-up here, and he is the man that people like. He is a badass character that has not gotten enough opportunity since he's come up to the main roster. It is a damn shame, because he had to spend the first freaking year locked in that stupid room, getting, maybe just a small pocket full of matches compared to dozens of other guys. Aleister Black is one of the best, and he deserves to win this match. But I'm not as confident as my Raw pick as I am my SmackDown pick. SmackDown pick? King Corbin. It's dumb. It feels dumb. But Otis isn't going to win. Hurts the soul saying that, but Otis isn't going to win. Daniel Bryan could win, and I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. But we've already given Daniel Bryan his world title run since his comeback. So no, Corbin gets a second chance with the briefcase and follows through with my theory. My theory stands true. You lose to Roman Reigns' Superman punch, you become world champion. Kofi Kingston, 2015, punched, lost, WWE champion. Jinder Mahal lost to the Superman punch, 2017, lost, won the WWE championship. King Corbin lost to the Superman punch at Super Showdown in the steel cage this year to Roman Reigns, regardless of a chain wrapped around his hand or not. Lost. Corbin is a future world champion. My system has paid off quite well for me as of late. So, will Corbin win? Because I think WWE have tried to tell us that he's not, or they've been suckering us away. Why? Because the one thing they hadn't done lately is have somebody go up and grab the briefcase prematurely. Nobody has done that. And then the go home Smackdown, all of a sudden, we end with a brawl with 3 people trying to do it, and Corbin did it. Are they trying to tell us that he's not going to win? Or are they suckering in everyone and finally ready to break their rule that the guy who wins the match is never the guy who grabbed it prematurely? Regardless, Corbin is my pick. I'm going against a system while following a system of my own. I'm giving you all the in-depth understanding of my brain, and I really look forward to the possible disappointment that is. There's only one factor that can ruin my plans. That factor's name is Elias, and I'm not sure if he's going to be at Money in the Bank or not. I prefer Corbin to win, and then Elias to return and challenge for said briefcase. Just an idea. Aleister Black, King Corbin. There are my picks for the men's Money in the Bank. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. This was a long video, but it's good to see you guys. It's good to talk. I love to finally see your lovely faces back in traction, because hopefully things in the world will start picking up. If not, please everyone stay safe. Social distancing helps. Masks help. Remember, it's not always about saving yourself. It's about protecting others. We all got to be in this together. Much love and respect. Like, share, subscribe. I will see you all for my results and review video for possible laughing hysteria for what we are about to get. But tone it down. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Mother's Day. Keep it real.